So your name?
I'm Philip Cheng, and I was in 1989 and 1991, and I first met Christine in 1991
As my counselor.
as a counselor, and I distinctly remember when she first started Oriented.org, and I remember several people I introduced to the organization, including George, who I cannot remember his last name right now, but yeah, and then after, in around 95, 96 is when I lost touch on you.
But what did you think about last night's event? I mean, because you were not going to come. You
Last
told me
night's
on
event-
Facebook that you were not going to come.
Last night's event was really, really good. I will phrase it this way. When we were all together, we were all just starting out. You know? I mean, some people were seniors in college, some were in grad school, etc. Now, most of us are approaching the end of that professional career.
That's true, yes.
You know, a lot of us are within 1 year or less of retiring.
Yes, that's true.
So that is just, and in some cases, like for me, I have not seen a lot of people in passing decades. So basically, we all are catching up and seeing stuff. We all have kids who did some of the same stuff. Most of the kids are at really, really nice schools.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they won't have this type of opportunity.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know
They
that.
might, but if anybody does, it's going to be their children who have the opportunity because they're going to age out.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm
now,
looking at.
but tell me why you decided at the last minute to come and where you came from. Because I was so sure you were not going to come, and then I saw your name come through at the last minute. I'm like, Philip is coming.
So I live in Lancaster, California, which is about not quite 6 hours away from here. I really dislike driving.
I do too.
So my last minute decision to come was based on, in 1989, it was like Vision Quest. Anybody who remembers the movie with Matthew Modine, and actually I'm sure we have something called Vision Quest too, but I have no idea what it is for our ethnic group. But so that's what it was. 1989, first time I actually felt like I truly belonged. 1991, tried recreating some of it. Some worked, some didn't. That's the way it goes. But so yeah, last moment on Friday morning, I woke up and thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and make the drive. I already had the hotel room. I was willing to eat the cost if I had to. I did not care about that because if I canceled, I canceled. So I got up Friday morning, put the stuff in the car and drove up here.
And then ran into me in the lobby right when we arrived.
Yep, because I was walking, everywhere I go, I scope out wherever I'm at. I look at every single thing around here. I can tell you where the shopping centers are here, I can go to the restaurants, I can tell you where the park is, where people are playing ball right now. And so I was just doing my normal wandering.
Yeah. So basically he did not come because of my awesome Facebook posts. It was because of, I'm just kidding. But so I brought with me my old photo album to show him. Where's the photos of you? Are you in this one? So anyway, Philip, yeah, maybe you can find. So Philip was my counselor and we partied together. And okay, be honest, did you remembered me?
Yes, I do remember you. I don't remember doing a lot of drinking, probably because a lot of times I might have been toasted. Let's be totally honest. I know for a fact in 1989, I spent somewhere probably, and this isn't revelation, right? I spent probably north of $2,000 on alcohol alone. Yeah. Because I think I ended up going through somewhere close to $3,000 in 1989. How much is that in today's dollars, right?
That's a lot.
I mean, probably about what, $5,000?
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of it's going to food because, like a lot of the guys there, I was really hungry. So one of the tricks we used to do in 1989 was we would find the table that had the smallest females we knew.
We did that too, 84. Yeah. We did the table with the most girls that we eat there because there's usually extra food.
You guys are terrible.
And then you would look around and go, okay, there's a table for my left, let's go there. Yeah.
So it wasn't us, it was the food.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to be totally honest, by the middle of the trip, yes. Yes.
I'm crushed.
Yeah, we were just we were hungry. I dropped a lot of weight there. In 1989, when I went back to LSU, I took a running class because I was in varsity grad school, and the people in the class thought I was on the cross country team. Yeah, I had gotten that lean.
Phil, so did you hook up on the trip? Oh, I don't remember.
I can say
It was so long ago.
91, no. 89, yes and no.
You don't have to give me any details. I was just kidding, sort of.
Yeah.
Not really.
But it was, in 89,
I was just, you don't have to go into the details.
not details, but it was interesting, because I would have to say that I didn't recognize a lot of times that someone wanted to. Okay, one of the cool things. I mean,
Okay, TMI.
I just
I know
didn't
who this is.
recognize it.
Okay, but so you grew up from in the South, like me.
Yes.
So I'm guessing when you went there, that was like the first time you were around so many Chinese Americans, right?
Oh yeah, it was the first time I was around that many Chinese Americans, and it was the first time that I actually felt accepted. I'll give you a story from 1989.
Yes, please.
When I first showed up there, and I got settled in, that night when I went walking around, I'm like, okay, what do I do? There's a group of people downstairs right there. Do I join them or to go back to my room? Okay, long story short, I ended up joining them. We had talked for a long time, and it was really, really cool. And that was my first night there, literally, when I checked in. And I remember that one. And then I remember a couple of times later, talking to some people who were OCs, like Virginia Wong, who I have no idea where she's at these years. And
but I don't really need to do anything.
Diana Ong.
Yeah, Diana
Diana
Ong. There was
Ong.
one taller one, and there was one shorter one also.
Maria Ho.
Oh, yeah.
Maria Ho, Diana Ong. I mean, you guys, the things from a student point of view, as you know, since you were the student first, counselors kind of had this power over us. They were like the gods, and we had to, it's like, oh my gosh, Diana, Maria, Phil, Ed. It was like, they're so cool. And then I find out later that some of them were younger than the students. It's not that they were older and more mature and wiser, not at all. But that's the impression that we get counselors.
Yeah, that makes sense. And for me, as a counselor, I think I was actually too old.
How old were you?
I was 25, which is not ancient, but I'd already started feeling more the senses of responsibility and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was not good. Honestly, I think there's a fine line between it, and I think I was a little bit on the wrong side of the line. And I'm being quite honest with you. I mean, there were some counselors I think were probably a little too immature, but others, like, I think I was probably a little bit, because I was getting out, I was only had one more semester in graduate school, and then I was done, right? So I was already 20, almost 20, I was 25 and change.
So what's an example of where you really had to step in and say, okay, guys, this is a no-go?
When the typhoon was coming to hit Taipei. And I'm the one who said, okay, we need to put the night watch out early. Because I don't think people should be going out getting drunk when there's a typhoon coming. I'm from Baton Rouge. I know what hurricanes do and such, and I didn't want anybody getting injured. And people were still sneaking out, including the ones who had to go over the bridge. And it's like, okay, if a wind gust comes up or something, you're going to get knocked off of it. And it really bothered me. And I don't think a lot of people understood why I was bothered. And about that
So what
time,
did you do? Go stand at the gate and stop
I
people?
I did go there and stop some people, but I'm like, this is kind of a useless thing. And some of the local counselors came with me because they also realized what happened. But for people who had been, let's say, from the Midwest, most of California, New York, they had no idea. And especially now these days with climate shifting, wow, if the hurricane or typhoon, if a typhoon came through now, I would hate to think what would happen. So I don't know. That's just a memory of mine that I think I was probably a little too old to be a counselor.
So how was your experience as a counselor? Is it a lot of work? Is it late nights? A lot of printing materials? Like, how was it?
You know what?
I was always curious about that.
So the funnest thing that I had, one thing I really enjoyed doing, right? You remember, y'all know who, the rapper Ice-T?
Ice-T? No,
Ice-T.
I know. Ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
This was the one.
I know you have Vanilla Ice.
Oh, that's Vanilla Ice. He ain't real. So you don't remember being woken up to the sounds of Lethal Weapon? The rap song Lethal Weapon at full blast on the speakers when you had to be up to get on
Can
the
you
bus?
sing it for me? I don't remember.
The Lethal Weapon. That's literally the name of it. And it starts out like that. The Lethal Weapon. The Lethal Weapon. What's the lethal weapon? The mind is the lethal weapon.
Did you pick that song?
Oh yeah, I put it on, and unfortunately, only half of the place got to hear it because the speaker system wasn't working, so I only got to blare that. That's what people woke up to. I mean, I like whatever the max sound was, because I had to be up, darn it. Everybody was going to be up. But that was fun, and also going around, you know, and talking to the people, and just. Yeah, there were always a lot of people from everywhere there.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the counselors really bonded, right? I mean, was it always 50-50 local counselor and overseas counselor? Or how?
You know, I don't remember.
Okay.
To be honest. And some of the counselors bonded and some did not, and that's what I mean by I think I was a little bit. I think Cheng was actually my age or actually slightly older. And I think he had the same sense of responsibility, but he just handled it differently.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, he was a lot more comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Yeah.
a fact. But I do remember, you know what? I remember playing those trains, all the long train rides and stuff, and I do remember playing poker with Ray and Sam and Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe.
Oh, we did.
Gabe is on Bling Empire. You know Bling Empire, that TV show about Gabe is the surgeon. He's a plastic surgeon on that show. His wife is Christine. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe Chu, right?
Yeah, Gabe Chu.
Yeah, we spent hours playing poker. That was a blast.
Okay, I'm gonna. Any last words before I shut this down?
Just that, you know what, this was really good, and we really appreciate you putting this on.
Oh, you're
and
welcome.
I have to say that, and I'll probably end up posting something on Facebook. But once again, for ones like guys like me, this was Vision Quest, and just talking to a couple of guys last night. I'm not the only one who felt that way.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
I ran into several people who were talking about the exact same thing. Some of these guys, one guy's from Michigan. So,
That's awesome.
it was just really cool. I'm glad
I
you
really appreciate that you came, Philip. I really did. I thought you came because I pressured you on Facebook, but no, you came on your own accord. So good for you. Okay, well, we'll see you at the next one. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.